It's time now for This Week in Rock and Roll History, brought to you by Tom Tayback. Take a moment to stroll with us down memory lane to the good old days, those rock and roll gold days.
Hi, everybody. Tom Tayback here. Happy to be your tour guide going back to the good old days of soda shops and sock hops and the gym. How about we begin this trip back in 1956? Elvis Presley shoots a scene from The Rainmaker as a screen test for Paramount Studios in Hollywood. He was so convincing they offered him the part of Katharine Hepburn's younger brother. Colonel Parker decided that Elvis should pass on the role. He was waiting for a Hal Wallace screenplay to be finished called The Reno Brothers. Of course, the title would be altered to coincide with Elvis's hit single, Love Me Tender. Let's check out This Week in 1957. Buddy Knox becomes the first rock and roll artist to write his own #1 hit when Party Doll sat atop the charts. More Elvis. He plays to sold-out crowds of 23,000 for 2 consecutive nights at the Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, Canada. This week in 1958, Connie Francis has her first chart success when Who's Worried Now reaches #4. Little Richard has his final top 10 with Good Golly Miss Molly, and Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good is released. It'll rise to #8. Let's jump to 1961. Runaway, the very first record released by Del Shannon, enters the charts on its way to becoming a million seller and hitting #1. 1962, the Russian newspaper Pravda warns communist parents and youths against the dangers of dancing the twist. 1963, the Chiffons enjoy the first of their 5 top 40 hits as He's So Fine climbs to the #1 spot. 1964, the Beatles set a recording industry record that may never be equaled. They were holding all the top 5 positions on the U.S. singles chart. Please Please Me at #5, I Want to Hold Your Hand at #4, She Loves You at #3, Twist and Shout at #2, and here it comes at #1, Can't Buy Me Love. This week in 1966, Roy Orbison fell off his motorcycle while touring the UK, fracturing his foot. He has to play the remainder of his concert dates sitting on a stool and walking with crutches. The Troggs used 45 minutes of spare studio time to lay down tracks for a filler song called Wild Thing. Yep, it becomes their most successful single and their only U.S. #1 hit. Also this week in 1966, Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass became the first act with 4 LPs on the top 10 list all at once. In 1967, Jimi Hendrix suffered minor burns when he set his guitar on fire for the first time at the Rainbow Theatre in London. And lastly, this week in 1969, after mega hits with The Letter and Cry Like a Baby, the Box Tops chart a lesser hit called Sweet Cream Ladies, I Kid You Not.
If this is your kind of music, you'll love my Rock and Roll Showcase, featuring trivia and stories about the rock and roll stars along with their charted hit singles at Podomatic.com or on YouTube. Podomatic.com or YouTube. Just search Tom Tayback. That's Tayback. Rock and roll is here to stay, baby.